today. We're going to go ahead and get started. Today is Tuesday, April 16th. Happy day after tax day. Welcome to the 46th Annual CALLERLAB Convention, Richmond, Virginia. This is the session on CRaMS, the Controlled Relationship and Management System. My name is Barry Johnson. I'll be your moderator for today. Our panelist today is the esteemed Vernon Jones. CRaMS is the acronym CRaMS, I mentioned, stands for Controlled Relationship and Management System. Did you hear? Yes, sir. Did I say that wrong?
Controlled resolution and manipulation system.
Well, that just ruined the point I was going to say, because I thought that the word resolution did not appear in there. John Jones tells me that it's Controlled Resolution and Management System. And Manipulation System. Holy cow, I have that completely wrong. Thank you, sir. So that is the Controlled Resolution and Manipulation System, if I say it correctly. All right, very good. The point is that CRaMS is more than just a way of resolving squares. CRaMS is a philosophy of calling. It's a way that you approach your craft. The mantra of CRaMS is get in, get them going, get them out. You want to be planning ahead. You want to be more efficient as a caller in all aspects of the things that you do. So as Vernon's going to show us here in a bit, we want to focus on things like using known get-ins to put us into a relationship state of dancers that we know and understand. Using modules, perhaps a limited amount of sight calling to manipulate, move the dancers around, while keeping control of what we are, what we're doing, where the dancers are. Finally, because we have kept control of that, the get-outs become much, much easier. We don't have to hunt and fish and look for corners or chase it around. We know where we are. Consider as an example, as an analogy, somebody comes to your house and they're visitors, they want to see the sights of your town. Do you just get in your car and begin randomly driving around town? Do you make arbitrary left and right turns and go straight and wonder where you are? When you decide, Vernon says yes, he does. When you decide you want to go home, aren't you better off if you know where you are, as opposed to having to just, drive until you hit the edge of the city limits, then turn right or left and follow the city limits till you hit a street that you know, and then maybe you can find your way home? That's what many sight callers do. We don't want to do that. We want to keep control. We want to know where we are. I'd like to introduce Vernon Jones. Vernon is a longtime proponent of this system. Former past chairman of CALLERLAB, a wonderful man, delightful auctioneer. Thank you so much, Vernon.
Use work. All right. One at a time. We can't use both at once. We can't use both at once.
Yes, they do work. How's everybody doing today?
Wonderful.
Good. Now then, how many use CRaMS as their calling method right now? Raise your hand. Who semi-uses CRaMS as their calling method? Who's never heard of CRaMS before? Okay, y'all people I'm gonna talk to. Okay, because I'm gonna show y'all just some really basics. Okay, and then Barry's gonna go way up planet-wise and all this kind of stuff, because that's what he does, and he thinks that way, and he writes computer programs and all that kind of stuff. I can barely turn my phone on, and if it goes off right now, it's because I forgot to turn it off, and I apologize for that. When I started to call back in 1978, I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, that's the year I graduated high school.
The year after.
Huh?
The year after.
The year after? Yeah, well, I graduated in 76. I learned to sight call. That was the predominant thing to do. Okay, Dad or at that time was a prolific sight caller, and that's the way we learned, and that was the thing to do. And now that I know and knew about and learned about CRaMS several years ago, I wish that was the way I had learned. The callers back then who were sight callers, and I think this is correct, when the CRaMS thing started coming out, they thought back and go, that's the way they originally learned. Am I wrong?
Randy Dory.
Yeah, that's the way they originally learned, okay? But they threw it away for side calling because that was the thing to do. It was the trend, it was the next big thing. When I was trying to learn CRaMS, okay, and we're going to talk about going to certain places here and this, that, and the other, and moving people around and knowing where you're going and how to get there and how to get back. I would practice that at dances, and I go, okay, I'm going over here and I'm getting my corner, and I'm going over here and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take my corner and I'm going to go over here. And next thing I know, I revert back side calling again. And so it's one of those things that you've got to take small baby steps and learn little bits at a time. Now then I can sit up here and talk about it all day long, but there's the best way that we can do this is if we show you, and in order to show you, I'm going to need a what? I need 8 people. Now then we are not going to dance, I'm just going to move y'all around. So I know your legs are tired, I know if you've been to caller school, I know everybody's worn out, this, that, and the other. But if we don't want to do this, then we'll just call it a day and go home.
You know what, they got me to this.
Yeah, I don't care about that. When there's dancers, when we go to the dance, are they all wearing same colors with numbers on them? Yeah, I wish they were. Okay? Now then, and I want to get down here amongst y'all. Who flew into Richmond? Okay? Several of us did. I know I did. I called a dance in Lubbock, Texas. I think those people want to go by. I called a dance in Lubbock, Texas Saturday night, and then I was going to fly in Sunday. And so when I got up Sunday morning, Kayla, that's my wife, we just got up and drove to DFW, and I said, oh, well, you know what, I think I'll see if American Airlines has got any flights. So we pulled into an American Airlines terminal, and I went up and said, well, what kind of flights y'all got to Richmond? And is anybody buying this? No, I started planning this trip 3 months ahead, 3 or 4 months ahead of time. Got the flight tickets, booked them up, knew when we would leave and all that kind of stuff. Yet that's the way we call. We get up here and I ask people, I said, why do you start off every pattern sequence with head square through? And they say, well, that gives me time to think about what I'm going to do next. I contend that if you waited until then, you have waited entirely too late to think about what you're going to be doing next. You need a plan. You need to know where you're going. Okay? Everybody got everybody's couples memorized? Huh? You see who's with who? Okay? Can we not figure that out? I got a stark difference right here. I got different colored hairs. Okay? I can relate to that. Okay? These are the head couples, right? Okay? Head couple step in the middle of facial corner. Everybody's looking at corner, right? All right, the whole time I'm going to talk about 2 different stations, corner phasers, right-hand lady stations, right-hand lady phasers. Here's a term I want you to remember. Take her with you. Everybody can say that after me. Take her with you.
Take her with you.
All right, good. Star through. I like star through over slide through because it's a touchy-feely thing. Okay? Everybody know where we're at? I want to get to a Alaman left from here. Give me one. Huh? I like star through. Star through. Dive through. Square through 3. Everybody with?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't do an Alaman left, but can I do an Alaman left now?
Yes.
Certainly can. Everybody's in sequence? Everybody's good? Okay, good. When you go to dances, most callers call whenever they do a head square through or a head whatever to the corner, the Alaman left's going to be from right here all night. Okay? We do right-handed choreography. We do it all the time. Swing through, boys run, Ferris wheel. Don't do it. Swing through, boys run, Ferris wheel. We got dancers going around like this all night long, and at the end of the night they go, gee, my right leg hurts. And I go, I wonder why. Because we're screwing them in the ground all night long. Okay? I want to go dance with other people. Okay? I know that dive through, square through 3 thing works. Okay? But I don't want to do it from right here all night. Okay? Star through. What I tell you, what was the saying I said?
Take her with you.
Take her with me. In order to do a star through and dive through, I've got to have a corner setup. Do I have that right now? The answer is yes. Everybody's got a corner. You agree? Okay, good. In order to do a dive through, I've got to have the matched pair in the middle. Do I have that? Huh? Yep. Pass through. Bend the line. Do I have all my components? Do I have the match pair in the middle? No. Where is my match pair? They're on the outside, okay? But I know that. Do I not know that? Okay, don't look red light. My match pair is on the outside. You agree? That's your partner, isn't it? Can't be any other way. Right and left through. Now I know my match pair is in the middle, yes? Got partners in the middle. I know I can star through and square through three, dive through first, square through three and out man left. Would you agree? Star through. Dive through. That was a heck of a dive through, but that worked. Square through three. And I can out man left. Okay? You agree? Don't do it. All right. Now I want to do something other than dive through and square through three, because when we go to most dances, that's the way most of us call. We call stuff, and then we dive through and square through three. Okay? I want to do something different. Not difficult, but different. Okay? Do I have a corner phaser going on here? Yep, the corners are all, everybody in this square over, in this corner over here has corner with them. You agree? Yes. Good. Star through. What I got? Do I have a corner line? Shoot, do, right, do I have? Okay? Now if I pass through and bend the line, I'm bringing everybody back over here where they were. You agree with that? I get tired of that. I want to do something somewhere else. Right and left through. What was the mantra I gave a while ago? Take her with you. Do I have her with me? Yes, I've got her by the hand. I've got corner by the hand. Pass through. Bend the line. Do I have the makeup that I need for dive through and square through three? Yep, I got the match people in the middle. I ain't talked about sequence yet, have I? Because I don't care. I don't care about sequence. If I've got the things that I need, I don't care what sequence they're in. All I need to know is that my match couple is in the middle for that get out, okay? For that get out. And everybody's got corner, which I know happens. Because I took her with me, didn't I? Okay, but like I said a while ago, I'm tired of dive through and square through three. I want to do another get out. Okay? This is the middle of the dance. We've been doing the dive through, square through three to the middle of the dance. Now I'm ready to do this is a little more something that they don't see all the time. Okay? Cream on top of the cake. I don't like cake. Cream on top of the pie. I like pie better. Okay? Okay, for this get out, I need a corner situation, which I have here on my side. Do you agree? Okay, if I've got it over here, it's got to be the same way over here. It can't be any other way. Okay, but in order to do this next get out, I'm going to have the matched couple together on the right-hand side of the line. Okay, so that means I've got to put these two together, and they've got to be over here. Okay? Multiple ways we can do it. We can do two ladies chain. Now that really wouldn't work from the last calls that we just gave, because the last calls we gave was pass through and bend the line. Okay? But we're going to manufacture what we need. And we can do that a multitude of ways. Do it right and left through. We use this sequence all the time, flutter wheel. And I know at this point right now, when they get done, I'm going to have what I need. Do I have the match couple on the right-hand side of the line? Everybody's got a corner phaser because the corner is all in its box. You agree? Okay, I'll do this again here in a minute. Touch corner. Boys shake left hands and give a left pull by, and everybody find your partner and do a right and left grab. That felt a little different, didn't it? I'll be goodness, if you finish at right, you're at home. I'll be darned. Okay, did that happen by happenstance? No, because I knew if I put them over here in this quadrant, that's where they'd end up. Okay? Does everybody want to see that sequence again? Now then, this stuff is not new. This stuff is in that boy shake left hands, give a pull by and find partner, right and left grand, is in many CALLERLAB publications. Okay, I didn't make this up. It's in the Caller Coach curriculum guidelines, for example. Okay? You want to see? You want to hear it again? So you can write it down. Donna, you got that on your deal? Do I look good in your recording? How you doing? All right. Side cup, it doesn't make any difference. Side cup is definitely the middle facial corner. Do I have the corner situation going on? Yep, sure do. Okay, star through, pass through, take her with you. Okay, bend the line, right and left through, flutter wheel. Do I have what I need? No. No, why? The match couple's not on the right-hand side of the line, is it? Okay? I can do a right and left through. We do that all day long. Okay? After a while, I get tired of doing right and left throughs. I want to do something different because if I'm here, after a while, if I do a right and left through to put them over there, they're going to go, well, there comes that touch a quarter left pull by thing again. Pass through. Bend the line, square through 3. Bend the line, and now I'm ready to go. Yes? Good. Now this is for you, all you hand writers. Here it comes. Get ready. Touch quarter. Boy, shake left hands and pull by and find partner, right and left grand. And you're home. Yay? All right. I ain't side called nothing except when I needed to pass through, bend the line, and square through 3. A little bit of side calling there. Okay? All right. Now then, we dance with our corner all the time. Okay? We do head square through 4 and get the corner, and we're all here. And like I said, most of the time our Allemande lefts are in this quadrant. We've forgotten about this one. We know who this is. Opposite lady, yeah? Okay, Barry will get into more of opposite lady stations and this, that, and the other. I'm going to talk about this one over here. We forget about her all the time. Right-hand lady. Okay? Right-hand lady. Everybody's got a right-hand lady. All the ladies have a left-hand man. Okay? But I'm going to talk about right-hand lady. We talk about the right-hand lady, guys, because most of the callers, are men, and we need something that we can remember. Okay? There are callers, Vernon Jones, for instance. Okay? She wouldn't use the take her with me method. She would use the take him with me method because she thinks as a female, which only makes sense. Okay? She doesn't think right-hand lady. She thinks left-hand man. Okay? But most of us are males, and I am, and that's the way I think. Okay? I need to go get my right-hand lady. If I'm this man, when I say I've got to go get, I'm talking about this man right here. Okay? If he go gets his right-hand lady, everybody else gets their right-hand lady. It can't be the other way. Okay? Head couple star through. Pass through. I've got the right-hand lady set up I'm looking for. Okay? You agree? Everybody in my box is right-hand lady. Now then, some people are going to start arguing with me and say, well, if you do spin chain through, yeah, if you do spin chain through, things change. You better know where spin chain through ends. Okay? I don't want to talk about that. Barry may talk about that a little bit later. But I don't want to talk about that. I'm talking about two callers who are just now starting, never used CRaMS, want to use it for the first time. Let's use the hard stuff later. Let's learn the easy stuff first. Okay? But I got right-hand lady situation, yes? Yes. All right. We want to do something. Okay? Touch quarter. We're just going to do a little side calling here. Scoot back. We've all used that 400 million times. Boy run right around the girl. And we can go on and on and on and on and on doing some stuff. Okay? Now I'm ready to resolve. Okay? On this sequence right here, I'm either going to square through 2 or square through 4, give a right to the partner, pull by and out and left. That's my get out. I'm going to square through 2 or square through 4, give a right to the partner, pull by, out and left. Okay? I've got to know where my people are. Where is my matched people? They're in the middle. Okay? See my matched people in the middle? See my matched people in the middle? Unmatched people on the outside. Does everybody understand what I mean by unmatched and matched? Okay? I got the partners in the middle, the not partners on the outside. Everybody's got right-hand lady with them. Okay? Everybody's got a right-hand lady with them. I've got the matched people in the middle. When your matched people are in the middle, the square through 2 or square through 4 is a square through 2. Okay? Let's see if that works. What comes after the square through 2 or 4? Right to the partner, pull by. Let's see if that works. Everybody ready? Square through 2. Look for your partner. Give a right pull by. Find the corner, out and left. And from there, we're back home. Okay? I want to do that again, but I want to go places. What's wrong? You cold? Yeah. Are you really? All right, here we go. Heads move up to the middle, then you come on back, and then square through. In the middle, go forward, and roll it round the track, all the way around, and then do side do with a little red hand, and around you go, and then star through, and then. Oh my God, I got corner again. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, but we got warmed up, didn't you?
You warmed up though, didn't you? That's not what I wanted. Crud. Star through. Dive through. Pass through. Which was half a what? Chicken plucker. Do I have the right hand lady thing going on now? Yep, sure do. Okay? We just did the square through 2 and stuff from the same quadrant. I don't want to do that again. Star through. What's the mantra I said a while ago? Take her with you. Do I have her?
Yes.
The right-hand lady. Do I have her?
Yes.
I can go anywhere I want to go. Pass through. Bend the line. Do I have a right-hand lady set up here? Sure do. Where's the match couple now? They're on the outside, aren't they? Okay? Remember I said that it's either square through 2 or square through 4. Okay? Square through 2, I have to have the match couple in the middle. Square through 4, I got to have the match couple where? On the outside. After the square through whatever, what's the get out? Right pull by and out and left. Y'all think it's going to work? Shoot out, square through 4. Go. Look for the partner. Right pull by. Allen man left. And oh my. We're where?
Oh.
Wow. Did that happen because I called it that way? No, it happened because I knew where they were going and I put them where they needed to be. Okay? Now then, after we do that square, and that square through 4 into a right pull by is simply nothing but equivalents for slide through, right and left through, pass through, and trade by. Or slide through and pass through and trade by. That's all that is. Okay? After a while, I'm going to get tired. They're going to, oh, here comes that square through 4 and right to the pull by thing. Okay? So now then I'm going to give them a little bit of something else. And everybody's welcome to have this one that I'm fixing to throw at you because I didn't make it up. I stole it from somebody else just like y'all are about to. Okay? I want to do something a little bit different. I need that right-hand lady set thing again. Okay? So I'm going to have to go get it. Multitudes of ways to get there. It amazes me when we've done caller schools and stuff, and we say, go set up a right-hand lady situation, and 1,400 calls later, they get there. It's too easy to do. Head couples pass the ocean and extend, and I got it. Okay? I got it. I got her by the right hand. You agree? All right. This next get out, I need a right-hand lady situation, which I have. Okay, right-hand lady phasor. But I need the matched couple on the right-hand side of the line. Gee, that's awful similar to that other get out, isn't it? They had to be on the right-hand side of the line. It's amazing how that works. Okay? Recycle. Sweep, make, order. Do I have the setup I need yet? No. Okay? I don't have them together. Okay? Reverse flutter wheel, because that would flow. Okay? Do I have a matched couple? Yes? Yep, sure do. Are they on the right-hand side of the line yet? No. I can do pass through and bend the line. Do that. Pass through, bend the line. and square through 3. Why? Because I get tired of doing a right and left through all the time. Bend the line. Now do I have the setup I need? I hadn't told you what the get out is yet. Don't worry about that. But do I have the setup I need? I've got a right-hand lady situation. Everybody here, the right-hand ladies are all in this situation, in this box right here. You agree? And I've got the matched couple on the right-hand side of the line. Okay? Are you ready? Touch quarter. Everybody circulate 1.5. Girls connect. Girls trade. Girls do a U-turn back. Alabama left. You ought to be close enough to be what? Okay, did I sight call all that? No, I put them in the place where I wanted them to be so I could give the get out that I wanted them to give them. Okay? That's what CRaMS is. It's the control of a controlled resolution and manipulation system. Okay? To put them where you want them to be to end up at home is the manipulation, under the control, it's a resolution, blah, blah, blah. It's knowing where you're going, how you're going to get there, what you're going to do when you get there, and then how you're going to get back. Okay? Now then there are documents. I think Jerry Story's got a document on his website. Barry's got documents that you can get from folks, and it starts out just that basic and then goes into more things. These things are just the tip of the iceberg of where you can go and what you can do. Okay, we've all been to dances where the people do, oh my goodness, they do all they circulate 1.5 to the partner, right, box the net, right and left gram. And we wonder, how in the world do they do that? They knew where they were going, and they knew where they were when they called it. They set it up to end up that way. Then, after they do that a while, they do all they circulate 1.5, find your partner, slide through, and you're home. And we're amazed, and we're enthralled, and we're thrilled at that kind of thing. And it's not, they didn't sight call any of that stuff. They set that up. They sent the people over to a place. They did a little thing. They set up the right situation. They called it, and they ended up where they needed to be because they knew where they were going, and they knew how to get there, and they knew how to get back home. Okay? And that's what I want people to work on. And you can get, like I said, you can get the documentation. And I have to apologize. I wasn't originally intended to do this session. This session was originally scheduled with Bear Miller, and Bear has some illnesses going on. So let's all wish Bear happy health. And we understand that he did go to the hospital and had some checkouts, and right now he's looking okay. And so that's a good thing. And so I don't have that documentation with me, but its documentation is available. Okay, so look it up, use this. Why is this, in my opinion, better than sight calling? You guys can go sit down now. Unless Barry wants you. Let's give these folks a nice hand, and they do good. Why do I think this is better than sight calling? Because I think this is better than sight calling because in today's world, equipment doesn't break down very often, does it? Okay, these microphones don't quit. Those things don't quit to a degree. He had a problem. He had a problem with the 220s. This last year, he fixed it. So, okay, so the 220 is not a problem. The speakers don't go bad, do they? To a degree, okay? Yeah, they get weak, but they just don't work great one day, especially when they're new, and just quit the next day, okay? This thing of mine quits working. I get people jumbled up. I forget who belongs to who. What also happens to break down during the course of a dance? Those dancers out there break down. Okay? If you're sight called and they break down, you're messed up. But if you're using this system, even if that square breaks down and you know where you're at, that square over there can get through. Okay? So put your faith in the most successful mode it can be, and that's what I believe this is. Okay? Thank you. I'm giving it to Barry.
Thank you, Vernon. I'll use this one. Doesn't seem to have quite as much static. So the thing about CRaMS, we talk about formation all the time. We talk about parallel waves and lines and diamonds and galaxies and hourglasses. We can see formations all the time. That's right out there in front of us. We can talk about arrangements, boy, girl, girl, boy, boy, all the different 6 different arrangements there are. We can see that as we look at the dancers. We can spot what the arrangement is. We can talk about sequence. Are the men in sequence? Are the ladies in sequence? Are they, if we go around the square, are they in the right order? They're in or out and one or the other. We can see that if we look for it. The last part of formation, arrangement, sequence, and relationship, the R for relationship, is something that many callers have a hard time seeing. And because we have a hard time seeing, we don't talk about it. And because we don't talk about it, because we haven't talked about relationships for decades, we've forgotten about the relationships and how powerful they are. What Vernon was just showing us was the power of relationships. What he did was he put the dancers together with known related partners, people. For example, if you do a head star through, pass through, in that group, in each group of 4, each half of the square, every man's right-hand lady is in the group with him. That's why we call it a right-hand lady setup, a right-hand lady relationship. Go back to a static square, head square through 4. Okay, every man's corner is somewhere in that group of 4. Now, from that corner setup, if we veer left, are all the corners still present? Absolutely, in that 2-face line. If the ladies trade in the center, are all the corners still present in that group? You bet they are. If we do an all 8 circulate 2 times and we send that group of 4 to the other side of the square, are the corners all still present? Why, yes, they are. The shape, the formation, the arrangement, and the sequence of the dancers does not matter when it comes to relationships. Once you have 4 particular dancers in a group of 4, the relationship station of those 4 dancers does not change. It does not matter what formation, arrangement, or sequence they're in. Wow, that's interesting. There are 4 different relationship stations we talk about. If we use symmetric choreography, if we call regular standard stuff, and we don't have dancers making mistakes, although sometimes they do. If we just look at regular symmetric choreography, and if you split the square into 2 halves, 2 groups of 4, side by side, not one group inside the other, but rather these are side-by-side groups, you can prove mathematically, I can show you mathematically, there's only 4 different combinations of relationships that can happen in there. Either every man's partner will be in the same group of 4 with him, or every man's corner will be in the same group of 4, or every man's right-hand lady, or every man's opposite lady. Any group of 4 you pick, any way that you put that together, as long as you're using symmetric choreography, exactly one of those conditions will be true. I can prove it to you mathematically. We're not going to take the time to do that right now. It's not hard. If you try it, if you make a little chart, you write out who can be in each group of 4. There's only 8 combinations, and if you figure out which relationship station it is, you'll see there's 2 groups where every one of those relationship stations, you can prove it to yourself. The secret, if you want to change the relationship station, if we take a group of dancers that are all in corner station, and we move some guy in his corner, some lady in her corner, from one side of the square to another, everyone's still got corners in their group of 4. It may be different people in the group, but you still got corners everywhere. Let's look at it this way. Heads, static square, heads lead right. Would you agree that in that heads lead right and veer left? Would you agree in that 2-face line, everybody's partner is somewhere in that 2-face line? Why, yes, you would agree. Couples circulate from there. Every man, every lady went with his or her partner to a different group of 4 perhaps. Different people there, but we still have partner station. No matter what we do with that. If we take her with you, as Vernon was saying, we're going to keep the relationship status of the square the same. So it turns out the only way you can change the relationship status, the relationship station that you're in, is by changing the people in the group of 4. Scratch, scratch, scratch my head. Okay, let's think about that. How can we get about changing people in a group of 4? Every call or sequence of calls that we do will either keep 4 dancers in the same group of 4, or they're going to send 1 dancer out of that group, replacing them with somebody else. Or it's going to send 2 dancers over to the other side. Or it's going to send 3 dancers over to the other side. If we send all 4 dancers to the other side, that's just picking up the group and moving it. We didn't change anyone. You're either going to send 0, 1, 2, or 3 people across the way. If we send 3 people, well, isn't that just like taking the group over there, all 4 people, and sending 1 back? Yeah, pretty much. If we talk about sending 3 people across from one side of the square to the other, that's the same as moving the whole group unchanged and sending 1 by. So really, there's only 3 cases we need to talk about: sending 0 people, sending 1 person, or sending 2 people to the other group of 4. Any call or sequence of call or module or anything you do will do one of those 3 things. Now, if it doesn't change any people, the relationship group is the same. We saw that. If we dance them all over the floor, we keep those 4 people together, the relationships are the same. If you send 1 dancer across from one group of 4 to another, I can tell you that if we're going to change, think of it this way. Think of the relationship stations as being in a circle. Maybe partner station down closest to you at the bottom of the circle, corner up to one side, opposite lady station at the top of the circle, and right-hand lady over on the side. Think of it as a circle. If you send 1 dancer from one side of the square to another, that's going to move the relationship station 1 notch around that circle, from partner either to corner or right-hand lady. If you send another dancer over, that's going to move it 1 notch, from, say, corner either to partner or opposite lady. Should we take a look at this? You guys want to see some of this?
Yeah.
Let's get a square of dancers together if we could. And we're going to just have 2 couples put on these fashionable accessories. I know the dancers don't look like this anymore, but we want to focus on the material, not on worrying about the people. Go ahead, if we could get 4 dancers up, and we're going to have 2 of you, 2 adjacent couples, put on some colors. I don't care which adjacent couples they are. We need some more dancers if we could. Yeah, I'm sorry, did I only say 2 couples earlier? I meant to say 4 couples. Thank you. I need a full square. And if you guys are going to dress up like that, I need you side by side. Good. Don't really need it. We could do more of the colors, but that's okay. All right. Need a half if we could. 1 more person. Somebody who can dance a little bit of the girl position. Or the guy position. So, heads lead right, veer left. How many paired up couples do you think there are in each group of 4? How many matching couples? There are 2 in each of our two-faced lines. Everybody's with their partner. All right. Let's have the ladies trade. In these two-faced lines, how many matching couples can you find within here? They are not necessarily side by side, but there are 2 matching couples on each side. Good. Let's have the ladies trade again for me. Then the couples circulate. Sorry to spin you and sorry Eva to spin you around circle after circle. How many matching couples do you see on each line? Oh my gosh, it's still 2. Anytime at all that you can find 2 sets of matching couples in a group of 4, you are in the partner station. Doesn't matter what shape, what formation, what arrangement, what sequence these guys are in. Anytime there are 4 dancers that have 2 matching pairs, you are in the partner station. Good. Let's have the gentlemen circulate for me. All right. Now, how many matching couples can you find in a group of 4? There's just 1. There's just 1 matching couple. If you can only find 1 matching couple in a group of 4, you will either be in a corner station or a right-hand lady station. Guaranteed. corner or right-hand lady. Either every man's corner is in this square within this group of 4 with him, or every man's right-hand lady is in the group of 4 with him. Anybody remember a pair of original corners from the original set? Is there a gentleman's corner in the same group of 4 with him?
Yes.
If I'm remembering right, the answer is no. No. There is no corner present in either of these two-faced lines. Somebody may have, there's no corner present in either of these two-faced lines. That means we are in the right-hand lady station. We're in that setup that Vernon was just talking about. In fact, I can tell you every man's got his right-hand lady by the hand. Couples circulate. We took her with him. She took him with him. We still have just one matching couple in each line of 4. Are the corners present? No, they're not. We're still in the right-hand lady station. And all those wonderful get-outs Vernon was showing us, we could bend, if we were to bend the line, we would have a matching couple on the inside. We'd pull some of it, the trigger on those get-outs and be matching. Wonderful. Let's have the gentlemen circulate one more time for me, please. How many matching couples do you see in a group of 4 dancers in a line, in a two-faced line? 0. We have no more, no matching couples. This means that every man's opposite lady is somewhere in this group of 4 with him. Bend the line for me. Lines go up to the middle and back. Good. I can tell you each box of 4, every man's opposite lady is somewhere in the group with him. Do you know who she is? Sometimes it's hard to see. I can say, if you can look on a diagonal, if you have opposite lady station like this, and you look on a diagonal and you start seeing matching couples on the diagonal, like we do here, then I can tell you that every man's holding his opposite lady by the hand. That could be handy if you want. All right, do a right, left, right, left through for me. Past the ocean, please. All right. All 8 circulate. We move 2 dancers across the square from each ocean wave. We move 2 dancers across the wave. We did not take that opposite lady with us. We left her behind. She got replaced by the opposite lady's opposite. Oh, that's by partner. Wait a minute, that sounds really strange. If you send 2 dancers across the way, not just 1 dancer, if you send 2 dancers across the way, if he doesn't take her with him, if he doesn't take that opposite lady with, we're going to change the station, and we're going to move that station 2 notches around the outside. We went from opposite lady station, clickety-click, to partner station. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If you are in any station, you send a man and a station lady across the street, you will preserve the relationship station. You'll be in the same one. But if you send any other 2 dancers, anybody that isn't a man with his opposite lady, a lady with a man with his station lady, or a lady with her station man, as it were. If you send any other 2 dancers beside those 2, you're going to switch the relationship station to the one opposite of what you were, from partner to opposite lady, from corner to right-hand lady. Everybody recite. Let's see. Veer left. Bend the line. Touch a quarter. We're in partner station, aren't we? Column circulate. Oh, we just sent 1 dancer across the way. We just sent that magic module that we've seen in caller school, has a column circulated in it. And we took, for example, Eva was over in this group of 4 a moment ago, and she stepped forward across the way. We sent 1 dancer out of this group of 4 into the other group of 4. That changed our relationship station 1 notch around the circle, from partner, look to corner. Boys run. Surprise, element left. And promenade home. There are all kinds of things you can do once you understand how moving dancers across the way change the relationship station. All kinds of tricks we can do. Let's see, let's go back to head, star through. Pass through. What kind of station are we in? We're in the right-hand lady station. I can tell you that we've got one paired up couple, one matching couple, and we do not have any corners present. Everybody's star through. It's a touchy-feely call. Okay? Our typical invert and rotate. Because we're now taking the right-hand lady with us, pass through, bend the line, slide through. We're still in the right-hand lady setup. Dive through. We're about to send 2 dancers across the way. Pass through. We sent 2 dancers across the way. We did not take the station lady, the right-hand lady, with us. That meant that we changed our relationship station from right-hand lady 2 notches. We sent 2 people. Changed it 2 notches. We're guaranteed to be in a corner station. Guaranteed. Dive through, square through 3. No, we didn't want to do that. We've been calling that all night, haven't we? But there's our corner, Alabama line. I did not have to hunt and fish. The moment that I knew we were in a right-hand lady station, the moment that we knew we were in a right-hand lady station, all we had to do was put the paired up couple together, send 2 dancers, any 2 dancers across the way, and guaranteed to be in the corner station. Corners will be somewhere close at hand, nothing more than a lady's trade away from where you are. It can't work any other way. It's just that easy. So one more thing, I want to show you something. Let's have the side star through, pass through, slide through. Would you agree we're in a right-hand lady station? Yes. What does that mean? That means that every man's right-hand lady is somewhere in the group of 4 with him. Where do you think she is? Well, she's standing right beside him right now. If that's true for Patrick, is it? If that's true for Patrick, his right-hand lady is next to him. Then that's true for Benjamin, isn't it? Because they're in the same group of 4 and everybody's right-hand. And by symmetry, that means this is true for every single man in the square. If you know you're in a right-hand lady station, and any one man has his right-hand lady by the hand, then every single man in the square has his right-hand lady. Oh my gosh. What could you do with that? You could do all kinds of things once you realize that. If we were to pass through, wheel and deal. Let's do a double pass through. How many matching couples do we see in each group of 4? We see 1 matching couple, right? We see 1 set of vests that work. The leader's partner trade. Slide through. Pass the ocean. Recycle. Are corners at hand? No, no. So we're in the right-hand lady station. Dive through, pass through. We're sending 2 dancers across. Oh look, we're in the corner station now. Step to a wave. Does anybody have their corner by the hand? We're in the corner station. There's 1 gentleman, at least 1 gentleman that has corner by the hand. That means every man in the square has his corner by the hand. If you're in a corner station and any one person, any one set of corners are together, then every set of corners has to be together. Oh my gosh. Do I have to look all over the square and double check? No. No, it's right there in front of us. Ladies trade, recycle. Oh, we're out of sequence, but we could almost element left from here. You can see that. It's just that simple. Once you know, every man's got his corner right at hand. Things like the invert and rotate. We do inverts and rotates as long as you take your station lady with as you go as part of the pass-through bend the line. We know it keeps the station the same. But suppose, let's do a pass-through trait by if we could. Good, we're in the right-hand lady station. Would you agree? Yep, it's just that easy. Everybody, let's see, slide through and reverse flutter wheel. Okay, does every man currently have his right-hand lady as a current partner? No, no, they don't. We're in a right-hand lady station, but there's some guy here that does not have his right-hand lady as a current partner. That means nobody has his right-hand lady as a current partner. What happens if we do our invert and rotate from here? Oh my gosh, it's going to blow up on us. Let's see what happens. Pass through, bend the line, star through. Are we still in a right-hand lady setup? We are not. We suddenly see corners available where we didn't have them before. Oh my gosh, did that work? You can use things like the invert and rotate, which we think of as being a zero. If you simply change who the dancers are that are doing the call, let's go ahead and slide through and pass the ocean and recycle. And how do you suppose we could resolve from here? We're in the corner station. We got a paired up couple on the inside. We know we could use Vernon's good old dive through, square through 3. Yeah. We took invert and rotate, which we usually think of using as a zero for us. By simply changing who the ladies were that were doing it, we controlled the change from a right-hand lady setup to a corner setup. We went 2 notches around the clock, as it were, and made it trivial to resolve our square. We did not have to hunt and fish. Knowing that we were in a right-hand lady, we pulled the trigger, boom. We knew exactly where to go to resolve. All right, I could talk forever about this. We are getting very, very close to the end of our allotted time. I think we have time for just a couple of questions if we can answer. Yes, Eva's got a question. I'll repeat it for you. Oh, thank you, excellent question. Eva asked what the difference was between what we're presented here versus what Kip Garvey has been teaching and working on in his online schools and his work with relationship groups. The answer is absolutely no difference whatsoever, except that the word station, when describing relationships, dates back to the 1960s or 1970s in Bill Davis's book called The Extemporaneous Caller. He used the word station to talk about these relationship groups. Kip decided that the word station does not really have connotation to people. Instead, he wanted to focus on the membership of a group of 4. And he said, every time we talk about relationships, we talk about groups. Kip said, I'm going to call them groups. They are exactly the same concept. Absolutely endorse what Kip puts together. He's doing wonderful stuff. The ideas are exactly the same. Next question. Yes?
Where can we get documentation for this?
Where can we get some documentation for this? There is stuff in the CALLERLAB knowledge base. I've written a 78-page book, but the book is free. It's in the CALLERLAB knowledge base. You can look for relationship calling. There's a number of papers on the CALLERLAB website as well. The Vic Cedars website has a bunch of these types of things. We've tried to scatter it around for free. If you just Google CRaMS or Google relationship calling, you'll find lots of stuff on it that's out there, including much more detail than we've gone into here. Lots and lots of tips and tricks and things. The important thing for you to know, we can see formation, arrangement, and sequence. If you look for matching couples, you can see relationships. And once you can see relationships, you know exactly where you are on the map, and you know exactly what you have to do to get back home. Far, far better than hunting and fishing, putting 2 phase lines together in this person's circular wheel and deal and following all those rules. Once you can see the relationship station, you have 99% of the information you need to know to resolve without a problem in just a call or few. It's absolute magic once you start seeing it. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for going through a long presentation. Enjoy our